Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I finished up the Tamiya Fast Attack vehicle, and the reason that I built this one now is because minimal painting, and this time of the year I can't get outside to paint, it's just too cold. And I say minimal painting, or so I thought. I've never built one of these, always wanted one, and was unhappy a while back when Tamiya did away with them, so I'm really glad that they did the re-release. I do have the wild one, but yeah, I never built one of these. Was looking forward to them. Like I said, I kind of thought minimum painting, but that's not really how it went. So where to start? Yeah, actually and I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but basically all these parts, chassis tub and the top plate here and everything, they really wanted you to paint that light sand. And this one's going to be a runner. I'm going to paint the outside of it. It's going to get marred up anyways, and they have a very limited supply of decent paint. I don't have any Tamiya paint for hard bodies right now. So like these side plates here, you're supposed to paint pretty much this color here. I didn't bother doing that. The only thing I did paint was the driver and the steering wheel and the plate that the driver sits in, because you kind of have to, otherwise it'd look pretty bad. Went with the orange colored harness, and I know in a military vehicle in orange in real life you'd stand out like a sore thumb, but that's just what I decided to do for this one. The build itself, it's not a bad build. I spread it out. If you haven't been to the channel before, when I do my builds, I just kind of like to get lost in the process and enjoy it, and I'll usually work on it for an hour or so here or there. So this probably took me a few weekends just working on it here and there. Last weekend, most of my time was just spent painting the driver figure. But, everything went together pretty well. I always have a problem with these Tamiya, the plastic headlamps. They are always loose no matter what I do. But yeah, so I didn't paint any of the body. I just decaled it. I have some Tamiya weathering powder. I thought about maybe doing a few accents here and there. I'm not sure if I will or not. Thing that stands out the most to me about this car that I like are the tires. I don't have a Tamiya kit in the collection that has these kind of rear tires, or these front ones either. They just look really cool. Performance wise, I don't know how great they're going to be, but they just look really cool. So like I said, the only part that I painted was the driver and the cockpit and the steering wheel, the front headlights, and the rear lights, which I'm not crazy about. They did not come out good. And although they did not call for you to paint it, this section here, I did paint I mixed a touch of silver with some black, and then once I painted it in there, I kind of rubbed it with a paper towel just to kind of give it a little bit of a distressed look. And I can't claim the credit for this one, but when it comes to mounting the ESC, really hard a lot of times. Now that Tamiya is using the Hobby Wing ESCs, or great ESCs, but they're just not conducive to the way Tamiya set their models up years ago. So like I said, I can't take the credit for it, but if you're building one of these, check out Fast Freddy RC. I'll throw a link to his channel down below. You guys probably all know who he is anyways. He's got a build series currently going with this car, and I checked out his video and saw that he actually put his ESC in what used to be back in the day the battery box for your 4 AA cells to power your servos. And I was going to mount mine on the bottom of this tray, but there's kind of like a little bevel there, and I could have probably dremeled that out, but it was just easier to me. I'm actually mounted it upside down on this top box here. As you can see, I have got the on-off switch located here. Might not look great, but I really don't care for the most part. And with your motor wires and your battery wires, all I did was took a Dremel and I just notched out the bottom part of the box. I notched enough out to get those wires to come out through there, and then I did another notch down here for the battery wires. I think that one came out kind of nice, and yeah, looks pretty decent. The decals were not horrible, but man, if you've built one of these or you currently are building one of these, decal number 8, this one here was a big one, and I had a heck of a time with that one. This one down here, I don't know if it's going to show up, but right here, I ended up tearing it. Was pretty mad at the time. And then right here really is the only instance, of course, right on top up front, of a little wrinkle that I tried to get out. It just did not happen. But yeah, all in all, I've always wanted one of these. They just look so cool. They're very reminiscent of me, you know, being a kid back in the 80s. G.I. Joe had that dune buggy. I think it was called the AWE Striker. And every time I've seen this Tamiya, it just reminds me of that. And this thing just looks cool. I did build it with full ball bearings, and because I could not, without resoldering the wires, I could not get the sport tune into my Fox build, so I decided to put it in here. I went with the 18 tooth pinion. This comes with an 18 or I think a 15 tooth pinion, so I put the 18 in there and the sport tune. This thing should hum along well enough for me, and yeah, well, what else to say? It looks great. These are all friction shocks all the way around, so I'm sure this thing will be bipping and bopping when I finally can get it outside for a run at some point. The machine gun here mounted on a spring is a nice little touch. That looks cool. But yeah, this one looks really cool just sitting here. A fun, quick little build. And aside from, for the most part, for the driver figure, I really didn't need to get involved with painting because I have to wait for warmer weather. And yeah, this might look weird being out in the snow, but whenever the weather does permit and I have time, I am going to get this outside for a run. Right now, currently, it is single digits outside. I think tomorrow they're calling for a high of 10 degrees with a wind chill of -4, 12 degrees the following day, and right now we're in the middle of a lake effect snow warning. So maybe this weekend I'll be able to get it out for a run, hopefully. You know, if not, I'll get it out when I can. I know I still got to run the Red Cat 118 scale crawler as well. I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff I got to get to. So this build is done. Just used a dumbbell radio. This has pretty much been my go-to on Amazon. And what else? Yeah, I got to paint the Fox body at some point when the weather warms up. So that's going to be a little bit. And I've still got the MF01X Beetle, Rally Beetle to build at some point. And the Hornet Evo, which that's going to be my next build. I'm not sure when I'm going to start that. But yeah, I finished up the Fast Attack vehicle, and I just thought I would show you guys. This thing looks really cool. And that's going to do it for this one, guys. As always, thanks for taking some time out of your day to check out my videos. Till next time, everyone, stay safe. We'll see you around.